the sign that had the words Dare Community. I was little, but I asked what the sign was all about. My parents replied, "It is something that you do when you're older and learning about stuff that is bad." And so I saw them in more towns and communities. That made me more interested. Soon it was the beginning of 6th grade and we were talking about what major projects we were doing this year. The first time the officer, Joe Miller, came to our classroom in the first lesson at DARE, I learned quite a bit. The things that I thought was helpful about DARE was not only drugs and alcohol, but bullying and problem solving with your school social life. I trust my friends, but they may get in the situation that they want to convince me to do something bad. But this lesson taught me how to define, assess, and evaluate and respond to my problems. I have always tried to fit in when I was egged on to do things with my friends when I was young and to be able to fit in. As I grew, I realized I can do things a different way. On the first lesson on peer pressure, I learned how to fix that very quickly. I think about what I will be in high school and beyond. DARE showed me the consequences if I make choices that may affect me for many years. The family that I'm going to have someday will be secure with the bad things that may harm my family and others. Officer Miller told us that other people get affected by what I do, but now DARE showed me that I could prevent accidents, illnesses, and bad behavior. People have made DARE a bigger thing that stands out to people to get things that can hurt us off the area. The many situations you can get in with your best, closest friend. I've seen all the lessons where we had to solve that problem. It shows the thing that they might be able to assess in their own home. I'm sure it woke up a lot of people because of how close drugs can be in your own home. We learned about how the bullying affects and how to stand up and the roles you play in bullying. Though it was kind of fun to learn with puzzles and mystery questions that Mr. Miller asked us. Like all classes are, we had to learn with hard work too. The new people we'll meet after my last year of elementary will bring a lot of new troubles. People you have to meet, friends you have to make, and the people you have to avoid to make growing much easier. The ways people try and make me do something that could be inappropriate for my age. There will also be kids who help, like a new friend I could have met before we combined. DARE helped me figure out the serious ways I can figure out who is a good person and somebody that could be trusted. I will be brought something that could ruin my last days as a grade school student to when I'm getting a scholarship. I know I'll be getting through school, but I know now that my DARE teacher and other trusted people can be trusted. The 9 times I had learned something new about the challenges, difficulties, and how to get through them with no trouble at all. How I can avoid the bad things I had known only little about. He scared me about how my body is affected by the addictions he told us about. Mr. Miller told us all about how we can make ourselves miserable by how our body is not used to all the things that can change us so quickly. I decided I'm going to actually pledge what I think I am going to feel when I make decisions with what our officer told us about. I am going to not only avoid drugs and bullying, but facing life problems too. I, Hunter Cummings, pledge always to remember to have a good time, doing what is right, with the right people, following all rules, and making good choices with drugs and alcohol.